Hello everyone, my name is Taylor.
And I am Ray, teleporting all over the place, yes. Yeah, you were pretty laggy when we recorded this, which was, I don't even know. There's like dates on the video, but we had a long hiatus there.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a whole lot done in that time.
Did we? We don't have a reason for the hiatus, we just, laziness, yes. No, that's not fair. It wasn't laziness, it was,
I mean, really, you try to coordinate schedules between 3 adults with jobs that demand a lot of time.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta go into work and you work from 9 to 5 and then you go to your second job and work from 6 to 10 and then you come home and you just cry for an hour and then you wake up because you fell asleep crying.
Yeah, that's for those of us without an office job.
That's for those of us who work for a living. Well, I work 2 jobs. I don't have the luxury of doing, accounting and whatever it is Peyton does.
I'm self-employed, yes.
Technically not a job description.
Well, I thought that, Ray, you didn't have 2 jobs anymore, yes.
Yeah, well, I was doing, at the supermarket for a little while, but they let me go from that job.
I see. So that's why we have time to be doing this again, huh?
Yeah, well, it really wasn't my fault. We had a new manager come in, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna clean house, so... they were watching on the footage and...
They were looking for people who were slacking off.
You take 1 nap in the break room during the slow hours and they throw you out of the place.
Okay, hang on. You said that it wasn't your fault. How is taking a nap in the break room not your fault?
Because it wasn't intentionally set out to be a nap. I just kind of fell asleep back there. Also, I was the only employee on deck.
Oh. Well, maybe it's better that you got laid off anyway.
Man, I know that they say that the internet is killing brick and mortar, but I feel like they are just cutting costs to the bone.
So anyway, what have we got going on in our game? Do we need to comment on the game?
I don't know. YouTube's been changing their policies a lot lately. I haven't had a lot of time to keep up with YouTube, but I know that they're going crazy.
This is not a new development, right? Yes.
No, it's really not. So anyway, the game. We're not even in an actual part of the game. This is from a mod. This is an extended thing from the mod.
All right, Ray, and what can you tell us about it?
Well, it appears that we're in a temple with a lot of birds, and that's what I know, and I guess that's it.
Good. All right, video over.
Short video. Let's go to the mall.
I thought you got laid off. Do you have money for the mall?
No.
Then why do you want to go to the mall?
I want to reminisce about the times I did have money.
I wonder if that store that sells the exotic fruit juice is still in business, yes.
Oh man, yeah, I remember that. That place was so weird. They were selling these fruit juice mixes of mint and pomegranate and banana, and they were giving out free samples. And I remember Peyton and I thought that maybe we could get an entire bottle of their fruit juice by just asking for free samples.
Everything they sold was terrible. It was like some new concoction of hot garbage.
Yeah, but we bought a bottle anyway, and then we kept going back to them every 30 minutes to ask for a new free sample, thinking that maybe they wouldn't recognize us if we kept going back. And I don't know if they did or if they just didn't care, but we actually did manage to fill up the bottle again with samples.
So, you had an entire bottle of essentially free garbage water.
Yes, it was a day well spent, the money we saved.
It's the principle, really, yes.
Gosh, those poor people, they probably thought that they were onto something amazing and they were gonna hand out samples and everyone was gonna be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. But whoever was making those juices had some kind of really weird mutant taste buds.
Oh, you guys are the worst. They were probably all excited when you kept coming back. They knew it was you, but they were like, oh, well these people love our juice concoctions.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. They should have been on to me when I kept coming back for free samples.
Yeah, no one should get their hopes up about Ray. She just looks trashy, yes.
What? How dare you? You're the one who's always running around in a tank top.
Yeah, but I make this look good, yes.
You don't make it look expensive.
I do the no-effort casual look, yes.
Yeah, no effort. I went to bed in this. These are the pants I wore yesterday.
Sometimes they're new pants. Besides, you look at the Hollywood after parties and what are they doing? They're getting closer and closer to naked for those things, yes. So sooner or later, they're just gonna wake up and be like, this is the new look. No clothes on.
That's not the same as mustard stain on your pants.
Well, it's only going to progress from there, yes. First it's gonna be nude, I woke up like this. Then it's gonna be like, I was dressed like this tomorrow. It works backwards.
Right, I guess on a sliding scale of sexy, you go all the way back to less clothes, no clothes, clothes you wore yesterday.
Well, how does that work? Because if the fashion is the clothes you wore yesterday, but yesterday you were naked.
Well, okay, it's the clothes you were wearing in the last fashion cycle, but not washed because you didn't think you were gonna have to wear them again.
Yeah, you see, and then me and Ray, we're gonna be in style. We're actually way ahead of the fad, yes.
See, bam, styling before everyone knows it.
You know ripped jeans? Ripped jeans didn't used to be stylish, but then it was. And I was wearing ripped jeans well before that was cool.
Yeah, you see, like, poor people are cool, and you just have to wait for, like, rich people to adopt what poor people are doing. Poor people are the real tastemakers.
Okay, first of all, ripped jeans was a thing in like the 90s.
Well, whatever, I was doing it before I knew it was cool. I was already intrinsically cool. I was born cool.
Alright, fair enough. But anyway though, I don't know if like it's still trendy to be poor.
I don't know, I think there was like a big urban kick in the 90s for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, there definitely was. And for that little while, baggy clothes and ripped jeans and all kinds of stuff, that was trendy. But I don't think so anymore.
Are you sure? Yes. Because I like to believe that I was once fashionable and continued to be so.
Well, I mean, they do say that fads run in cycles, but they also lie about that because pantaloons haven't come back yet.
Ah, shoot. No, man, I tell you what, we gotta get pantaloons, because if they haven't come back yet, that means they're bound for a resurgence soon.
Ripped pantaloons, yes. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna take good care of mine.
A beautiful fusion of the 1990s and, I don't know, the 1890s.
No, that was the turn of the century. I'm sure they had trousers around then, maybe the 1790s.
Or whatever. You know, you guys are ahead on a 200-year cycle that's coming back.
You know what I'm both looking forward to and dreading is corsets. Because A, sexy, B, horrible.
Yeah, well, they make modern corsets that are supposed to not turn your insides into spaghetti.
I actually don't think that modern corsets don't mess up your insides. It's just that people don't wear them every single day.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that could be a thing. I mean, like, corsets are still a thing, I guess. In your own home.
In some people's homes.
In your home, if you had a brief stint at the Renaissance Fair because they paid you.
Right, hence, some people.
Oh, is that why you own that? Yes.
Yeah. We did this thing, it was supposed to be like for adults where you hand out beer and whatever, and I don't know, I'm not doing that again.
I'm sure it was thoroughly humiliating.
Oh no, it totally was. Like, they encouraged the girls to accept payment between their cleavage, and it was just, it was awkward for the patrons as much as it was for the girls.
You should have told me. I would have stuffed so many pills down your shirt.
No, I didn't want people I knew to be stuffing things in my shirt. Oh my god.
Was that not some kind of, I don't know, like workplace harassment file?
No, well, because it was totally optional. You didn't have to do it, but the tips were better, so you could choose, and I needed money. So,
well, I guess you could do worse.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have done worse.
What?
Yeah, what? What do you mean you've done worse than that?
Like stripping? Yes.
No, not like that worse. I mean, like I was once one of those people outside the the tax buildings dressed as the Statue of Liberty. Come here, pay your taxes.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's worse.
I mean, it feels like it though sometimes. Some days on those long retail days, I get to thinking like strippers have more dignity. Like one time I was out in the parking lot and this lady was trying to load a bunch of stuff into her car and she had like 3 kids, and so I had to go out and help her, and she turned around and she like puts her hand on my shoulder and she's like, thanks, one day you're gonna know what this is like. And on my way back, it occurred to me that like, you can't touch the strippers. And if I was a stripper, that lady couldn't have put her hands on me.
What? You did a good deed and were like appreciated for it, and that's your takeaway?
I mean, I don't know. It just hit me on the way back. Like, you can't, like, that lady touched me, and I don't think that we would have thrown her out for it. Not that I wanted her to. I'm just saying it wouldn't happen.
I mean, if it was a creepy guy, like, being weird on you, I'm sure they would have asked him.
Well, not with that new manager, I'll tell you what.
Oh, that's because he was going to fire you.
I could come in and test this theory out, yes.
Well, if you recall, I already lost that job, so let's not screw around with the job I have left.
Where did you go wrong in life, Ray?
I think it all started when I was born.
It wasn't
They say that a traumatic life experience can affect you mentally. And you know what? I bet being born is a pretty traumatic experience.
Well, it affected your mom, yes. She pushed you out and then looked at this and she's like, well, gotta deal with this baggage, yes?
I mean, that's not fair. I was a joy, probably, for at least until I was 2, maybe. But I had some people that I went to high school with that I know through Facebook who went on to do that sort of dancing stuff.
You mean like exotic dancing?
Yes, the exotic dancing, the type without the clothes on. And, one of them got surgery in the chest area.
Oh my goodness, so coy about this suddenly.
Well, it just hit me that I don't know how YouTube is feeling about this stuff currently. But the point is, though, oh my God, she afforded surgery. I couldn't afford surgery. I couldn't afford, like, medically necessary surgery on the money I make.
Yeah. If you hear anything about that kind of trade, there's a lot of cash in it, at least for the first, 5 years.
I mean, I don't know when the cutoff date is. I think you can stretch it out for a good while, like maybe at least 20.
It is a shame that more strippers aren't mathematical geniuses, because if they were, then maybe they could invest that money that they earn up front into some kind of fund, and then wind up coming away pretty well.
I mean, maybe some of them do.
I feel like they probably hire an accountant.
I mean, I don't know. Like in this economy, suppose you had 10 years and, you're looking at...
Well, historically,
I
you know
don't know.
that stocks, at least for our country, generally rise. So even though you see them crash, they recommend that you still buy anyway.
Are you
because-
giving stock advice during a YouTube video on Starbound?
Do you guys not want this?
I don't have money to invest into stocks. I'm sure that some of our viewers might want it, but they probably actually have brokers.
Well, the point is, I mean, if you make a lot of money up front and then just invest it, then that's not bad.
I mean, I feel like if we're gonna give stock advice on YouTube, we should try to make it be some kind of sensational lie.
Well, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to say that you want to diversify your investment across a broad portfolio, and then even if there's a crash, continue to buy, because presumably stocks will go back up. So, you can't buy low because you can't really predict the
See,
market.
I'm hearing all this, but I'm not hearing anything just dumb enough to make us go viral. It's gotta be wrong, but convincing, so that it gets spread around and everyone comes and throws money at us for telling them lies.
Speaking of what do you do after stripping, what do you do after YouTube, anyway?
Like, what do you do after, I don't know, like spending 5 years telling people lies?
Yeah, if you spend 5 years lying to people about various political things, then what do you do when you finally get kicked off the platform?
I'd write a book, yes.
I'd hire someone to write a book.
Yes, that. I'd hire someone.
Well, but how do you get promoted, though? Like, if you think about it, YouTube fame isn't really much of anything. You look at these guys with, like, oh, I've got 1 million subscribers, but that's, what, less than, like, I don't know, 0.3% of just the American population? And then half of those are gonna be bots.
Yeah, and I guess a bunch of them would be, like, not even really adults. And then you're deplatformed because you got banned, so...
Yeah, exactly. So you release a book, but then how does anyone even hear about it?
I mean, I don't know, maybe you take your YouTube money and buy, like a
food truck or something.
I mean, I guess some of those guys could afford a food truck with the money they make. I mean, some of them could do better than a food truck. I know PewDiePie could do better than a food truck.
Well, yes, the top guy on the platform could probably do better than a food truck.
However, he still YouTubes, yes.
Can you imagine one of those guys that was like, listen, guns are the new Jesus. Driving around selling hamburgers.
I mean, why not? Look, if they can convince people that I don't know, some crazy thing is that the earth is flat, then they can convince people to buy a hamburger. You'd think.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I would trust that guy's hamburgers.
Well, what you need, yes, is a Google algorithm to help acclimate you into more and more extreme hamburgers over time, yes.
Man, you know what, though? I'm actually a little bit afraid to offend some of our viewers because Patreon and YouTube and Twitter and all the platforms have recently started cracking down on the channels that are like really extreme political views. And a bunch of people like left our Patreon over it.
Did they really leave because they were mad about the political stuff, or were they mad at
Well, there's
you?
exit polls and just they were coming in and they were like, I'm mad because these people got banned. And it has nothing to do with you, but I'm leaving anyway.
So it was, absolutely. They left you notes.
Yeah, because sometimes they're like, you suck, I'm tired, I hate you. But these were like, oh man, nothing personal, but I can't support a platform that doesn't believe in gay frogs, or whatever.
And you said you had a lot of your patrons that left?
I mean, more than normally leave in any given month. It was really stunning. I didn't expect so many people would be on board for that type of thing.
Well, they're gone now, so you don't have to worry about offending them, because they're already offended at someone else, and you don't have to care.
I mean, I still want them to respect me, I guess.
They're angry about the free speech, right? Yes. But I knew from the start there wasn't gonna be any free speech. They're monitoring everything you say to sell to the business peoples. Of course they were gonna take away your free speech.
Well, I don't know about my free speech, but you know what? I will tell you. is that I quit clicking on anything that looked like it wasn't gonna make me happy, and I don't follow recommendations anymore. I have ad blocker on. I've blocked all of my Facebook friends that were posting political stuff. And you know what? The internet is a much happier place. Like, I am so in the dark on some of the things that make people really mad. Like, it never happens to me in real life. I never see it. It just seems, like, weird that people still get mad about some of the things that I just don't hear about now. Like, for example, I've been noticing that there's something going on with the Captain Marvel movie, and something's going on with Brie Larson, and it's something about gender politics. But you know what? I think it's probably gonna be something really dumb. And to be perfectly honest, I'm getting a little tired of superhero films anyway, so I'll probably just see it when it comes out on DVD or Netflix or whatever. Because also, aside from that, I don't even know who Brie Larson is, really.
Brie is a type of cheese, yes.
Yeah, I know she's a type of cheese.
Well, she's definitely some kind of actress.
Yeah, so maybe she's a really cheesy actress. I mean, it was inevitable with a name like Brie. You have to be, I think, or otherwise you're not living up to expectations. So anyway, consider supporting us on Patreon. I know it says support indie animation. I don't know if we'll do more animations in the future. I don't know if we have a future. Or don't support us if you're mad about something outside our control. It's whatever. You guys have a great day.